Okay, here we are in the members area of Futuristic Marketing. Now, if you haven't already done so, I would check out the initial videos on traffic and influence. But the main purpose of this video is to get your capture page up and running. So click on Futuristic Software, and we'll go to the Facebook Lead Accelerator. Now here we are, and one area that's causing quite a lot of confusion at the moment is a button underneath instructions. It's currently missing, but if you mouse over you can see that the cursor changes. So when it changes to a hand, click, and you're presented with a standard Facebook app request for information. Now all this is doing is picking up your email address, so click on Go to App, and that's it. You're now connected to Facebook. Now if nothing happens when you click the button, chances are your security settings on your browser haven't allowed the page to load fully. So I'm on Chrome, and at the top there's a little shield and it tells me the page has insecure content, so click load anyway. Now we can see all the training videos, and you can just click through the different icons, click on them to play.
Okay, my friend.
And Jonathan will walk you through it. And now click here to get started. So we have Facebook again requesting permission to access your pages. Click on Allow. And you'll get another dialog box asking you to choose which page you want to add a tab to. So just click on one, add page tab, and here we are. We're installed and we're ready to go. We have an option to choose different styles, and then we have a lot of information that needs to be entered. Now at this point I want to talk about preparation. One of the Alliance challenges is to have a lead capture page produced in 3 minutes, and there is no way you can do it in 3 minutes unless you're prepared. So we're going to move away from Facebook for just a minute, and I'll go through the steps you need to make sure you can put this page together as quickly and efficiently as possible. Okay, so preparation. The first thing I do is set up my list. I use Aweber. And what's really important to remember with Facebook is that double opt-in is enforced. So if you're using any sort of contact software, you need to make sure that you personalize your opt-in. Very, very important, because they will receive a message, and the only way that you can identify yourself is by making sure that you have filled in the various pieces of information and set up a page to go to after the opt-in. Now we need to get our web form. So straightforward. I'm not going to go through setting up, but it's a very, very simple form. You can take away all of the headers and footers and so on and so forth. And what we actually want to get now is the raw HTML version for the form. We don't want JavaScript. So find the HTML, select it and copy it, and I just paste it into a simple notebook file, so it's ready for when I need it to put on the capture form. Now, this shows the basic layout of lead capture form. All in all, there are 13 pieces of information we need to put in there. Video URL, straightforward. So have your video prepared and snag a copy of the URL. Files with information for earnings disclaimer, terms of service, and privacy policy, contacts, etc. I'll cover in just a minute, but I have these available, and if you don't have your own, feel free to download and use them. But I will point out that I'm not an attorney, so if you want to check them for legal veracity, you need to speak to your own lawyer, but they are certainly more than adequate for the standard website. So to make life a bit easier, I've created a form, and as you can see, this identifies with each of the areas in the lead capture page, from headings, video URL, so on and so forth. I like to put it all out on paper. It allows me to think, and it means I can easily copy and paste from this document into the lead capture page when I'm ready. So we go from the pre-header right the way through to opt-in instructions, opt-in form, etc. Now, in terms of the disclaimers, terms of service, privacy policy, I just have them open in Word documents. Now, if you don't have Microsoft Word, you can use OpenOffice. It does exactly the same thing. So now we have all of that in place. We can go back to our lead capture page, and we can start entering the information. Here we are back on Facebook, and if you go to the page you've installed the tab on, go look for it. It will say Perfect Capture Machine here on yours, and I'll show you how to add a tab image later. Click on that, and we have our application here. So basically it's a matter of picking just what you want in terms of style. I'm going to go with this one for the moment. And we have page headings, so click on the various page headings. We have our pre-headline text. So now if we just go over to our document, we just literally copy and paste. Now it has security there, so Control V to paste it in. Go to the next header, and this is the red bold headline one. Again, copy what we've got. And paste. Use Control V rather than the mouse, and it goes in straightforward. So there's our headers in place. Content, same process. Just copy and paste. From one to the other. Okay, I'm going to skip forward a bit. Just get to the disclaimers and what have you. So here we have our earnings disclaimer. Again, copy and paste it all in. You can see how much easier it is when you've done a bit of preparation ahead of time. Now we'll get to our autoresponder text. Select your autoresponder, and it's really important you click on source, because what we're entering is the raw HTML. So we go to our notepad, select it and copy it, and again just paste it all in. Now if we click on source again, what you should have here now is your autoresponder box set up and ready to go. People that aren't using iContact Aweber or GetResponse may be having a bit of difficulty here. Now if you know HTML at all, basically what you need to do is strip out all of the information that isn't relevant to the contact box. A bit more complicated than it sounds perhaps, especially if you're not comfortable with HTML. But I'm working on a system that will help out people that are using different autoresponders. Okay, I'm just going to go fill in the rest of the details. I'll be back in a second. Okay, all of the information is now entered for everything I wanted to put in. So it's simply a matter of clicking on save capture page. And view tab. From here it's simply a matter of making sure you're happy with the way it looks. You can always go back and edit. So if you want to change anything, you just go into it. We'll change that to bold and italic. Click Save again. And View tab. And there we are. So now it's really just a matter of making sure you're comfortable. Now, as you can see, the privacy policies and what have you all show up. All very important. Bear in mind that, first of all, we can't remove these from the contact form. So you really don't want an empty box showing up here. But more importantly, Facebook will not allow any advert that goes to a page that doesn't have a privacy policy. So it is really important that you have this filled in if you want to get your adverts approved. And that's basically it. So we go back to our main page now. We can reposition our tab very simply. So we're going to swap this one with likes. We can go and change various information. So we click on Edit Settings. We're going to change the tab name to FM Step by Step. There we go. All done. Now the one that often confuses people is how to change the tab image. And it's really very, very simple. Again, Edit Settings. Click on Change for the custom tab image. Now I've already done this, so I'm not going to go right through the process. But the image size is 111 pixels by 74. So you just need to make an image of that size using Photoshop or GIMP or whatever other software you use, or ask someone to do it for you. But very, very simple. So create that image, upload it into Facebook, and you're in business. And there we are. That finishes the first step by step. Needless to say, go through your capture page, make sure it works and does what it's supposed to do. So here we go, activation page. Worthwhile putting a small video on there just to explain how to activate. One of the biggest areas of dropouts I find on capture pages is people not confirming the link. So anything we can do on this page to improve that is really important. But that will send an email through to their email account, and hopefully they'll confirm and get involved in your opportunity. Okay, thank you for listening.